So I have messed up. I've allowed AI to do too much in my code base. I have a code base of my dynamic prompt building tool, which I built for my company, and probably I will make one day SaaS out of it if it proves to be really useful for my company internally. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, then it's just a proof of concept prototype thing. The last 2 weeks, I thought it might be a good idea to just vibe code some stuff in. Yeah, yesterday I looked at the code a little bit deeper and I saw that it wasn't such a good idea. All the problem was a skill issue on my part. I haven't been reviewing good enough. I haven't been touching the code often enough. And now I'm going to go in and fix this. I'm going to show you on the way what I find out, what the AI did good, what the AI did bad, and what I needed to fix, what I intend to do the next time to make it better. Let's start. All right, this is how it's going to work. I am going to jump into the code base and review the code. When I find something interesting and things that I want to change, I'm going to talk about it. Otherwise, I'm just going to code and fast forward, of course, the boring parts for you so you don't have to watch it. Let's go. I expected this, so yesterday I just overflown it and I saw already some strange things. Today I wanted to go take a closer look and make a small overview what has to be done and changed to make kind of more sense. It's nothing too bad, it's just kind of strange. Like here is persona data. Why is it persona data and why is it not a completely full persona type? The only thing that is missing that I can see is the ID, which could be number or undefined or something like that, and the problem is solved. And then I would have not persona data by persona. This seems kind of make more sense because why have separate persona data? I am using the edit form, which has the ID, and I'm using the create form, which has no ID, meaning I could reuse the same for both. Additionally, I have found generation error type make it separate like generation state. So generation state and generation type, generation error type. Yeah, sure. So why have we this defined outside and this inside the interface? Dynamic field, why not a record? Dynamic field, it's just a key value pair string, so it could be a record. So I have some to-dos. I'm going to walk them through. This contact resource interface is actually just an ID and a name, exactly the same thing as the item label. I do have an item label that is coming from the backend. I have like a helper function for it on every of my models, which I have to, which I have here. Yeah, there you have get label. It just gets the ID and name. So this kind of did make sense to make a separate context resource because it's just a label in the context of the app. And we have this item label thing, which is exactly here. It is even called label at the front end and at the back end. So I don't understand why the AI didn't get that. We don't need it. We are going to yank it. I just removed it completely, added everywhere item label where context resource was, and yeah, be done with it. That was kind of strange. It's just unnecessary. But well, let's move on. This app is basically a minimal viable product prototype kind of thing. I will have 1 or 2 users for the alpha and beta version, but that's not as type safe and not as well tested as a production grade app should be. But this is kind of okay for this type of app because it's more proof of concept. After building it out and testing it out a lot manually, I'm kind of unsure if this use case is actually a viable use case. So yeah, normally one should test it before. I just didn't write out the app, so there we are now. I have interfaces for skill, I have interfaces for context, but I do not have interfaces for company. I also do not have interfaces for product. I do have context, I do have skill, I do have prompt, and I think I don't have even task as an interface, and it should be there as well. The whole app is basically just a CRUD app connected to N8N, for example, for skills and stuff. Let me just check if we do have task. No, we don't have task, but we have a model coming from a database called task, so there should be also an interface for task. Let me update it to do. Answered the questions that the AI had, still in plan mode, because I wanted to show me what it is going to do and read it through. And then I'm going to probably accept it and fix the code later, because writing this one out, it's just waste of time. Okay, I just noticed I'm kind of stupid. So there was a stupid mistake on my part I just noticed. Why not adding like this? And that's it. Yeah, like this, and remove this undefined thingy. ID is everywhere just with a question mark to say tell the interface that it might be missing as well. No need for this or undefined kind of thing that I was doing. I don't know why I've been doing it. This should work now. So I fixed the interfaces for now. This was a help. I didn't have to type that all out. It just pasted it in, but it was actually kind of simple to figure out what to do here. That's why for this kind of stuff, the AIs is still very good. So good job there. Helped me to save some time. Not too much. It even picked up the pattern that I changed the ID question mark thing. Just checked if everything is coherent with what is in the database. Everything seems to be correct, so we have fixed our types. Now, of course, I will have to implement those types as well that they are used, because we just implemented the interface. We don't use them in the forms yet. I will update my to-dos. I don't know if I do it today or later. Let's move forward. It actually told me something that another type is missing, which is paginated of T, because the T is the data that we pass to paginated. So we can say we have the type of paginated product, paginated prompt, because these are also the the props that are coming in, that are always paginated props, meaning we get the data in an array, and we get current number, last page, per page total from Laravel. So it's good to have this type, makes life a little bit easier. All right, let's implement it. Why? Why AI? Why do you do that every time again? I just told it. This PhD level intelligence. Types should be in sources index.ts. So create paginated there, nothing more for now. And now I have done it. It added the paginated type, did it beautifully. But now I let it create also the table state type. And this No, this is something else. This will be created here in the file itself instead of adding it to the file it is supposed to go, which is index, which is this one. It's supposed to be here. Why is it not added here? I don't understand. Why did you do that? Why? Why? What is the reason for that? I have no idea. We need the table state here, and we need to export this one. We need to export this interface. And the next why would you not import the types? Why not? What is wrong? What is wrong with you, AI? These are some minor things, but it's just stupid sometimes. All right, let me fix this mess again. All right, so I implemented the new types that I've added, or the AI has added, but it was way more difficult than I expected. It's not difficult, but a little of a pain, because the AI has done some crazy, strange things in the implementation that I didn't expect. I had to fight a little bit about it. It's definitely my fault. I didn't review the code good enough. And now I have probably this thing called table state implemented everywhere in the code again and again. Table controls. Yeah, there you go. No, actually not. Because this table state was defined already, but in the company view and in the use table controls. So what the AI has done in its great glory, it has defined table state before, because I let the AI extract this use table controls to reuse it. So what it has done, it has defined the table state type within the use table controls. And when it was trying to do the same thing in Vue, then instead of moving this table state interface into a place where both can use it, it just simply re-implemented it here again. Okay, that's stupid. And even more stupid is I didn't notice it. And I had this kind of things in my code, and this is not good. So, folks, keep an eye out what the AI does. Review your code. Don't do the same mistake as I have done with this. All right, let's move on. Okay, I just have to jump back in. It just wanted to implement it again. This same interface in the third file. And I am using this table state all over the place. I need to type it more strictly, apparently. I know that there are some things missing, but there is definitely no need to define the same table state like in 3 different files. And the problem is it already has the context. Okay, it's in plan mode. Let us test it. Let us test it. I'm just say it to tell it to do it, but only this. And let's see what it does. Yeah, it did exactly what it's even in the context, man. It's even in the context, and we have like 15% of context. Why would you implement the third time table state, although you just know that it is in the global types? It even implemented paginated, prompt, and task from types, but it didn't think of implement the interface table state. I mean, okay, let's fix this again. Look at it. Again, no imports. It had even imports in plan mode. Look, done. Type and from types. Import. There it is. But it didn't implement the import. It just wrote that it did. Great. Thank you very much for lying to my face. And this is the thing that is going to replace all the developers, man. All right, everything seems to work for now. This is my manual testing for now. It is enough. I've just implemented types for the view. I didn't implement it for the edit and the how it's called and the create at the stage that the project idea generally is. If it works, it is good enough. If it's updatable, it's good enough. But if I would like to implement it and move it out of the alpha stage, then I would have to definitely update some types and definitely write some tests for this one. Next thing that I wanted to do today is actually to just check the Tailwind part, because types are kind of fixed. Let's say they are more or less okay right now. So we are going to commit the changes. I will let the AI commit the changes. Let us see the next stuff that we have to change. This is not okay. This rounding here is not okay. This HR can be shorter because this is an indication that this is a table. This is an indication that it is basically a new part. So here are the tags, here are the skills, here are the variables. The variables are within this box. Not the best looking AI ever, but for my purpose for now, it is enough. And the next thing that I've noticed is also in companies in views. This was the AI. You know, it's implementing twice the same thing or different design decisions or whatever you want to call it. For example, here this, what the fuck is this? This shouldn't happen. That's an easy fix. But here also the HR should go to the end because it is same as here, you know? You have two things, and here you have a horizontal rule which goes from end to the end, and here you have like space. So this is the thing that I wanted to test and to check, because I didn't review much the Tailwind classes, and now I have like strange things that I need to fix, and I'm going to fix it by hand. I'm not going to use AI for it, because why? What the hell is this? Why is there an empty div in my cart? Why? I don't understand it. Like nothing changes. So the AI just placed an empty div here and left it in here for whatever reason. And instead of writing it myself in my own laziness, I let it rewrite it and rewrite it. And now I have artifacts in here that don't make freaking sense and are just there because who knows why. Again, my mistake. Didn't review it much. Now have to fix it. But all right, now it's fixed. I think I can leave it like that. What I also very much dislike is that we actually have the exact same design here as we have actually here. This is what we are going to fix next. It's also this 2-column design. And for example, this we are reusing a lot. Yeah, we didn't make a component out of it. We just reused the stuff and define it like twice separately. But I don't know if I want to do it, because I think I am going to change this view either ways at least a few times to get it just right. I'm not happy with it yet, but I'm going to do it post MVP. Also, here's a horizontal rule. I think we didn't have a horizontal rule in companies, did we? No, we didn't. So this is also very inconsistent, and this doesn't look good. Let us fix task view and make it look same as company's view. designed by AI. You see the differences between the one is in the middle, the other is on the left. Here we have some different kind of gap than we have here. Okay, I have to fix this one as well. Now it's basically the same. I could now extract it, make a separate component out of it, and play around with it a little bit more, but I actually don't want to, because again, I am expecting so that the thing basically changes completely. I think I am also going to use two different layouts for the company and for the task itself. I will be moving some stuff around. I'm going to leave it as is for now, but everything seems to work good enough for an MVP and one to users type of thing. No need to over engineer stuff yet. Apparently, the AI is not going to take the job of any developers anytime soon. Maybe it is a skill issue on my part, but I have to say some of those things that I've noticed today within the code base that weren't such huge changes that I did in this code. I didn't do much in this app within the last 2 weeks. I was very concentrated on another project, but this little I have done was kind of messed up, to be honest. Now I'm thinking, am I really that much faster if I just vibe code this kind of things and then have to fix it? I don't think so. I think if I would have written this manually from the beginning, I might have been the same, more or less. So next time I'm going to show you my other project that I'm working on. It's a 100% vibe coded CMS and front end. I actually intended to build my own website like this. I'm kind of afraid after today how the code looks in the backend, because I didn't look at the code much. I have been actually kind of diligent in using the context files and keeping the context small and trying to guide the AI through, but apparently it wasn't enough. Maybe I have to do more. I will test it out still in the coming weeks. I will post here whatever I found out. Thank you. Bye bye. Ah, and by the way, like and subscribe, man. Thanks.